Hello friends! Most copies have 1.4 TFSI under the hood in various power options. This is a new generation of engines with the code EA211. It received a number of distinctions. For example, there is no more fragile timing chain. It was replaced with a strong belt. Mechanics agree that this is one of the most successful VAG gasoline engines in the last 10 years. Sometimes there were problems with the ignition system. This usually happened during the warranty, under which the malfunctions were fixed. Coils and spark plugs were changed. Small problems also arise in the 3-cylinder EA211 with a volume of 1.0 liters. For example, a pipe is disconnected from the intercooler. This results in a loss of power, but is not harmful to the engine. In the 1.2 TFSI of the same series, the turbine controller failed. Most of them were replaced under warranty. Units of the EA888 series also deserve good marks. Here they are already represented by the third generation. Fortunately, nothing more is heard about the excessive oil consumption that previous modifications of the EA888 family became famous for. Diesel Audi A3s are a rarity. The base 1.6 TDI was installed in several power options. This is an economical and durable unit, although it is not without minor drawbacks. The least harmless is the failure of the boost sensor. Much worse is an unstable water pump that does not withstand the time allotted by the regulations for the timing belt. Pump leaks have been observed even after 50,000 kilometers, but are generally to be expected after 100,000 kilometers. During the repair, a modified pump, second generation, is installed. However, it is not perfect either. During the update process, the installation of a new timing kit is also required. The same problem, albeit to a lesser extent, applies to the 2.0 TDI. In addition, there is another one, the timing belt tensioner. It does not withstand the 210,000 kilometers allotted to the belt and surrenders closer to 150,000 kilometers. So far, this is all that has affected the diesel engines. But it must be borne in mind that with an increase in mileage, other malfunctions may occur. Therefore, when deciding to buy a diesel version, you should carefully check the mileage and service history of the turbo diesel, as it is of the utmost importance. It turns out that many complain about the operation of the start-stop system, which cannot be turned off once and for all. The system is always active and can be deactivated using the button. But after the ignition is turned off, the information about the system shutdown is reset and it comes to life again. The owners decide on a flashing, after which the start-stop system always remains off and, if necessary, is activated with a button. Unfortunately, after modifying the firmware, the machine loses its warranty. With caution, you need to approach the purchase of an Audi A3 equipped with a dual-clutch gearbox. Audi used a 7-speed robot. Despite the name S-tronic, the box is no different from the DSG. The same goes for expensive potential repairs. The most common complaints about the S-tronic are rough shifts and jerky pull-offs. With small runs, updating the software helps, and after 150 to 180,000 kilometers, an expensive replacement of the clutch unit may be required. The Audi A3 should be commended for its solid suspension. True, in versions with a multi-link rear suspension, repairs will not be too cheap. It should be remembered about the need to control the geometry of the wheels. The chassis may require attention after 100 to 120,000 kilometers. An EA855 Evo engine was placed under the hood, which developed 367 horsepower until 2017 and 400 horsepower since 2018. Regardless of the version, after removing the limiter, the PC3 can accelerate to 280 kilometers per hour. Sprint to hundreds takes 4.3 seconds, and in the 400 horsepower version, 4.1 seconds. Until recently, these limits were only available to supercars. Unlike the S3, which paired the 2.0 liter with a manual, the RS3's choice is limited to an automated dual-clutch transmission, and always with all-wheel drive. The RS3 sometimes understeers in corners, especially on slippery surfaces, even despite the fact that wide tires are installed on the front. The Audi RS3 is expensive and extremely expensive to maintain. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.